Welcome to Zone In Sports, your favorite spot for real talk, bold takes, and everything in the zone when it comes to sports. From hard-hitting analysis of the Miami Hurricanes football to the hottest stories across the sports world, we're bringing you that energy, passion, and a little bit of swagger, just like the U. So whether you're tailgating in the Coral Gables or arguing in the group chats or just vibing in your way to work, buckle up. You're in the zone with your host, D. Hamp.
All righty, welcome back to Zone In Sports. We got an absolute massive college football weekend on deck. And tonight we're breaking it all down. Miami versus Florida State next week in one of the greatest rivalry games. And the Canes look to make a statement. We got Oregon versus Penn State, two playoff hopefuls going head-to-head in the Big Ten Showdown. And of course, Georgia versus Alabama. SEC heavyweights with championship implications on the line. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Drop your scores and predictions. Tell me who you're pulling for in the upset, and let's get this conversation rolling. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and let's talk some college football. And if you haven't seen the exclusive interview with Joaquin Gonzalez, go to Zone In Sports and check it out. Now we got on deck my partner in crime, we got E. What up, E? Oh, how's it going out there today, man?
Oh man, I'm a little tired. I was up last night, y'all, skull dragging these Florida State fans that was been running their mouth. they got excuses galore, but I'm good, man. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, one thing before we go back in time to the Florida game is that I was doing some stuff yesterday, and somehow I got in this group conversation with a guy that was supposed to be all these different football fans. You know, he was a Colorado fan, he was this, and then somehow he was like, yeah, and Florida State's going to beat Miami. And I said, well, man, they got to get by Virginia first. Oh, man, they're going to dog walk them. I said, man, I don't know about that, man. And, you know, and all of a sudden I didn't hear from them anymore. You know, after the game, I tried calling them and everything.
Look, they all right now, all these Florida State fans that have been running them jibs for weeks about what they going to do to Miami, you can't find them now. You can't find them.
But let's go back last week.
Yes, because I got some perspective on last week, man.
Okay, yeah, I know there's a lot of flack.
We got some in our fan base again that need to be checked with all this crying. What you need to keep in mind is, when has Miami played in a game there was no rain outside of Bethune-Cookman? None of them. They played Notre Dame in the rain. They played South Florida in the rain. They played Florida in the rain. Now imagine if we could have got all them games where it was dry. Yeah. Now, get off Mario's back, get off Shannon Dawson back about why ain't they opening up the offense. And I can understand people when I want to see the offense open up too. Get Cam Ward out your head, people. Yeah. Get Cam Ward. He's a Tennessee Titan. It ain't hard to drive to Nashville. Go there if you want to see him. I did. Get him out your head. He's not there any longer.
Yeah.
Quit expecting Carson Beck to be him. Quit expecting Mario Cristobal and Shannon Dawson to throw the rock around everywhere in the rain when you still not 100% sure about your wide receiver group. Okay? Yeah. We got confidence in them. They showed they can catch the ball. They've only had, maybe you can count on one hand how many drops they've had all season. So we know they can catch. You played really good defenses with Notre Dame and Florida. Florida has a defense. They got issues on offense. Lagway didn't get the time he needed to practice like he should have been.
Right.
But you in the rain, you playing a really good defense. I will give them that.
Florida defense was balling.
Miami ain't gonna face a defense that good for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they was balling.
They was balling on defense. People complaining about it, blaming Beck, and what you blaming Beck for? He threw a pick. Did you think Beck was gonna throw a pick? Shit, Dorsey had picks. Yeah. Everybody got picks. Tom Brady throw picks. Joe Montana threw picks. Dan Marino threw picks. Come on with that. It's in the rain. You playing a team with their back against the wall. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to just like with the Notre Dame game, I'm not going to risk the game by trying to throw the ball everywhere. I'm going to use what's working. You could tell Carson was a little off.
Yeah, he was a little off.
His footwork was off, which means his passes were off. Is it because of the rain? The ground was wet? It could be a number of things. Point in case is he was off a little bit. Every quarterback is off from time to time. I've been saying this for the longest. You're not going to get a quarterback that's going to be on this game every game, lights out every game.
Yeah.
I expect this week, with the weather being good in Tallahassee, I expect the offense to open up a little bit more. They gave you a taste with the tight end.
Right.
What he could do. They gave you a little bit of taste. I expect JoJo to play in the game. I expect him to play. I don't think he's hurt. I expect him to play. I expect the offense to open up a little bit more this week, being up there.
Yeah. Now, the one perspective, and it was weird because, not weird, it kind of goes back to what you're saying. Because when I spoke to Juan Gonzalez, and we were talking perspectives about the game too, the mark of a championship team is the ability to beat you multiple ways.
Thank you.
So with the game being in the rain and with that big offensive line, them running the ball took that pressure off where Carson didn't have to do as much.
Right.
And you need that throughout the season. You got to be able to beat people running the ball, throwing the ball. If you're one-dimensional, you're not going to get to the destination you want to get to.
This excellent point. And it goes back to some in our fan base crying. I saw a guy make a post about Miami is boring. They run the ball too much.
Oh, man, I needed a good laugh today.
Do you want to win the damn game or not? You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of people, either they trolls or they fans of somebody else just coming in trying to stir the pot. What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah.
I want the W. I don't care how they get it. I just want the W.
Yeah. And speaking of Carson Beck, we could all, this is what I try to tell fans out there. Okay, he didn't play his best game and you still won. That's the key. You gotta, the defense played amazing. Amazing.
I'm not even gonna say arguably. I think Miami has the best defensive line in the country. They could be one of the best defenses as a whole. Our secondary is good. I'm sure they're gonna get tested at some point. We're gonna see how they react on the back end.
Right.
But the front seven is the best front seven in the country. I don't understand some in our fan base. What in the hell do you want? If you go back to prior teams, our national championship team goes to Boston College. Dorsey shits the bed, throws 3 interceptions. Who carried them? Clinton Portis in the defense kept Boston College. And even when they went all the way down the field and it looked like they was going to win the game, Mike Rump stepped in front of a slant. It bounced off him, and my man intercepted it. And then Ed Reed took it from him and took it to the house.
Right.
You find a way to win. They went to Virginia Tech. Dorsey had a couple more picks. They still won the game because Clinton Portis got off. And this is back when you didn't have a 1-2-3 punch at running back. This is when you had one exclusive back. Portis was your exclusive back. Either Najee was playing fullback or McGahee was when Najee was hurt. But Portis didn't come out the game. Today Fletcher come out the game and Brown and get some click. And then when Lyle come back then, 20, 25 years ago, whoever your back was, that's your back.
Right, yeah.
Game in and game out. Clinton didn't come out the game and share time with nobody.
Right.
Shit, Jared Payton had to wait. McGahee had to wait. Even Willis McGahee said himself, he said, man, if there would have been a transfer portal back then, he would have transferred because he wanted to play.
Right.
He had to wait his turn.
Somebody say, I've been saying the same thing, Miami fan base.
Some of the fan base. Some of them. I say 20, 25% of our fan base, they clueless.
Yeah. Yeah. They like the shiny object. That's what it is.
Right. They wasn't around during the tough times in the mid-90s going into the late 90s. And I'm going to throw another one out there just real quick. The cold weather shit. Can we play in the cold? 2003, Miami went up to Pittsburgh, the last game of the year, and they shared the Big East title. Larry Fitzgerald was trying to get a Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
And Miami went up there, and the temperature was 27 degrees. And you know how they beat Pittsburgh? With that offensive line and Tyrone Moss at running back. They ran that ball down their throat, and they played defense. They shut down Larry Fitzgerald. So quit talking this shit about, well, they got to go play Pittsburgh in the cold. Don't mean nothing. It's a mindset. You go up there and you whoop their ass like you did back in 03. They went up there. It was 27 degrees. They wasn't crying about cold then.
Right.
And your boy at quarterback, Brock Berlin, he started out hot, but then he shit the bed throughout the season against Tennessee and somebody else, and he was inconsistent the rest of the year. They barely beat Rutgers. Brock Berlin wasn't on this game, but they went up there with defense and the run game, and they beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh in below freezing temperatures at a night game at Heinz Field. So I don't want to hear about this. Can Miami go play in the cold? Bump that noise.
Right. Hey, one thing I want to touch on, and it's interesting that you said this, when we're talking about that game itself, and I talked to a couple of people behind the scenes, and they were talking about the Miami offensive line. And one thing that you and I talked about, I'm talking about months ago, and we could throw the defensive line in there, is that it travels to any condition, kind of like you saying to Penn State. It travels, defense travels on the road. Sometimes your offense is not clicking on all cylinders, especially when you go on the road, but defense travels. A lot of people out there think that Miami secondary isn't really tested, but what I've been telling people is, look how they flying around. They hitting everything that move. They are hitting coverage, everything.
Listen. I think that, first of all, they're far better than what we had last year. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. And plus, secondly, if you want to give last year's defense any benefit of the doubt, which is fair,
right?
The defensive line this year, they playing at an elite level. They are at what Alabama and Georgia used to be at, elite level. Mm-hmm. When your 4-down linemen can raise hell on the opposing offensive team, that frees up your linebackers and your secondaries to make plays. And outside of a couple times with some busted coverages, and everybody has busted coverages, they've been covering because Bain and them been getting at the quarterback. They've been putting pressure on. Remember, Bain was hurt last year.
Right.
They was moving Mesidor around to the inside, and it's not to say that our D-line last year was bad. They weren't bad. The old boy from Michigan State was nice at D tackle. The dude they got from Tennessee, he was pretty decent. He in the NFL. Right. Aside from him not containing, but that was more the scheme than them. I think if you take them same dudes and Heatherman's their coach and they run that, I think you get some similar results with these cats, especially the old boy from Tennessee.
Right.
They was just Lance Guidry's defensive scheme was different than Heatherman's.
Right.
Now, so what people need to understand is these guys are attacking. They flying to the ball. You see multiple white hats out there, and they hitting with authority, dog.
Yes, sir.
They coming in there with bad intentions.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's what I'm saying. And the crazy thing is that after speaking to Coach Solinger and speaking to Mr. Gonzalez, I'm starting to see a common trend. Coach Solinger said something that was very interesting. He said that the Miami running back room reminds him of the running back room of those. He didn't say talent-wise. He said the ability to want to compete.
Yes.
And then Joaquin said something that I thought was very interesting too. He said that the offense today, or the teams today, whether we're talking about this year's line, last year's line, is just as good as their line back in those days, athletic-wise. He said what made them better is that they all came together as a unit. And he's seeing that in this team this year. So they singing high praise on this Miami team from the inside perspectives.
And that's Coach Solinger hit it. He didn't say talent-wise.
Right.
He said the competition.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that Fletcher, Lyle, and Brown are as good as Gore, Portis, and McGahee, because they're not.
Right.
But you have to understand that 25 years ago, they ran a different type of formation. They ran a lot of I, quarterback on the center. You had a lot of traps and counters. And the competition is there. That's what Adrian James told Clinton Portis when Clinton Portis was contemplating getting on with Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come to Miami just to play. You come for the competition.
Right. Right.
Because Clinton wasn't going to come if Edge didn't go out in the NFL after the 98 season.
Right.
He wasn't going to come because he had to compete with James Jackson. He still had to wait his turn behind James Jackson, who I think don't get a lot of props for his time there.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's different today because today they say they want to keep guys fresh. I think they want to keep guys happy. That's why they rotate more.
Right.
Back then, you had to earn your spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had to earn your spot. As good as McGahee was, he had to wait behind Portis. As good as Portis was, he had to wait behind James Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
James Jackson had to wait and wait. He had to wait behind Edge.
Right.
That's how it was then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's the same with another position. As good as Winslow was, he had to wait behind Shockey. As nice as Shockey was, guess what? Who was ahead of Shockey? Bubba Franks.
Right. And I like Bubba. Bubba don't get the props that he deserves.
He don't. He caught a lot of touchdowns from Brett Favre with the Green Bay Packers. A lot of touchdowns from Brett Favre. Same with the receiver room. You had to wait your turn.
Yeah.
Today it's all about rotating guys, and we're gonna get that because they want to keep guys fresh and they want to keep guys happy.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, you had to compete.
Yeah.
If you didn't get your shot, you might have to wait a few games and wait till next year when old boy graduate. Because guess what? Santana Moss out there right now.
Right.
Reggie Wayne out there right now. You ain't gonna get no click just yet. It is what it is. It is what it is. You had to be really extra special elite to get out there like a DJ Williams. And even when DJ came in, he played a little fullback.
Right.
He didn't play tailback, he played fullback. Portis was at tailback in 2000.
Right.
Okay, so they let him get and they let him get a little bit of taste behind Najee because Najee was the starting fullback.
Right.
He still chose to go to Miami. Why? For the competition.
Yes, sir.
He was parade All-American. DJ could have won any team in the country. Everybody wanted him.
Right.
He went to Miami for the competition. Same with the O-line. My man went down to the Nixon, Missouri to watch him play. They had a Friday night game last night. He's solid on board with Miami. He ain't wavering on that.
Right. Especially at what he's been seeing the last couple of weeks.
On that. So like I said, some people, some of our fan base, they just don't get it. They just want to complain and shit. Maybe that's why you ain't got a woman or something. I don't know.
What surprised you most about Florida State's loss? Like coming in the game, what was your honest assessment? Because I really thought Florida State would win. I thought they would win close. I think, and my assessment was that they really hadn't played. I mean, people try to put that Alabama loss, but I always say Alabama is not the same team that people.
I got $1,000 today that says if they ran it back, Alabama would whoop their ass.
Oh, damn it.
And all on Instagram. If I got $1,000 cash to say if they ran it back again, Alabama would beat them.
So if Florida State played Alabama again, you say $1,000, they will beat them again.
Alabama would beat them at their place or in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
They got exposed last night. They had the game when they took the lead in the second quarter before the half when they went up 21-14 off the turnover. I thought, okay, Florida State gonna win now. They're ahead. They're gonna go ahead and lock this up.
Right.
They let Virginia tie the game before the half. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm at work. I'm at UPS doing my thing. Looking at it, I'm like, it's 28-28. They went up. I'm like, what is wrong with Florida State? Why is Virginia running the ball down their throat?
I was really shocked by Florida State defense because the last couple of times I've seen them, their defense was flying. I will say that they
They
looked
played
good.
2 high school teams when you seen them flying too.
Yeah.
They played Kent State and University of East Texas, somebody, community college, somebody. Listen, man, when you let a team like Virginia, and I'm not gonna give Virginia no props. They some squares. The one good team they played, they lost to, which was NC State.
Mm-hmm.
They're squares. I'm not gonna give Virginia all that. They squares. Now they got a running back that's gonna probably be in the league, but that's about it.
Yeah, that one receiver looked nice out there.
He did too.
Yeah.
But other than that, they some L7s.
Yeah.
Now you let a team that had 3 backup offensive linemen, 3
Right.
backup offensive linemen. They ran for over 200 yards down your throat, Florida State, with 3 backup offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Come on. Now, if they do that to you, what in the world do you think Miami offensive line going to do to you?
Yeah.
And if you want to put 8, 9 guys in the box, go right ahead. Because you're going to need this. Who going to cover Malachi?
Right.
Who going to cover Lofton? Who going to cover Daniels? And if JoJo come back in the game, he the one that take it off the top.
Yeah.
That's what Miami really been missing is that deep threat. Because if JoJo if he take you deep and take a safety with him where they double covering him, that means Malachi got one-on-one, Daniels got a one-on-one, Elijah Lofton got a one-on-one at tight end if he go out. Come on, man.
The crazy part, they secondary didn't look that bad. It just, they didn't tackle that well, but covering wise, they didn't look bad. But that front
I don't know that wheel route that old boy.
Oh yeah, but that was a nice pass. That was
a nice pass.
Yeah.
They went up 35-28. I'm like, I said, what is wrong with Florida State?
I was shocked that they gave up that many points. I'm just being honest. I didn't see them coming in.
Florida State did score on them, and that's why I called them some squares because their defense wasn't all. Virginia defense wasn't all that. Right. Florida State was able to move the ball. They scored twice with that what they call that with a running back keep the ball, the wildcat shit.
Yeah, wildcat stuff. Yeah,
they would send the old boy out, and he kept it and did a little move and ran wide open up the middle. I mean,
and I always say if you're tricking people, then you're not a good football. If you're doing a bunch of trickery,
Florida State looked good offensively against them.
Right.
It's Virginia now. It's not Miami.
Well, I agree there.
But your defense got carved up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, pick your poison, Florida State. If you want to play, I don't think you can play 4-5 guys in the box and stop Miami running the ball. So that means that their defense is going to have to start bringing people up. Okay, if you do that, then okay. If you what you gonna be in a man-to-man? You're gonna have to be in a man defense if you do that.
Yeah. Now Miami will have to worry about number 0 out there because he was out there balling for Florida State. I will give him his props.
He was balling.
He
was balling, but he can't cover everybody.
I mean, you mean they can't throwing the ball all the time? I'm talking about the offense. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about
Florida State receiver?
That tight end.
With number 0? Who was number 0?
Yeah, tight end.
Okay, yeah. He was balling.
He was balling.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was their secondary.
Yeah, right.
Listen, man, Virginia's defense, they gave up a lot.
Yeah.
But they was getting after Castellanos too now.
Yeah. And the crazy part about that, was that I saw he's not very good in the pocket. He got to get outside the pocket to throw the ball.
Say he all day. I said, look, if I had to pick between him and old boy at South Florida, I'm taking the South Florida Byron Brown. He's just as fast and he's bigger. He can
more physical.
He's way more physical. He can inflict a blow. This dude from Boston College, he cool, but he ain't inflicting no blow. He got some juke moves and all that. But if you playing a team that's undisciplined, all I said was Miami can beat Florida State. All they got to do is have gap integrity and play with discipline.
Right.
Gap integrity and play with discipline, and you'll be just fine. They beat him 2 years ago when he was with Boston College with Lance Guidry's defense.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gap integrity and discipline will take care of Florida State. I ain't worried about Florida State. They got exposed last night. That's why all they people hiding right now.
And then the pundits on TV, they was rooting for Florida State hard. Let me tell you. And they got
Sure
They
they
was rooting for them hard. It was amazing as to see when they were calling the game.
The commentators.
Yeah, yeah. It was amazing. But when I sat back and assessed it, I wasn't shocked Virginia won because a lot of people were. And I think a lot of people just don't follow, a lot of especially ACC football and things of that nature. But
I was surprised. I expected Virginia Tech to. I mean, I expected Florida State to win that game.
Yeah,
by 7 or 10, and I really thought when they took the lead in the latter half of the second quarter and went up 21-14 off that turnover, I thought, okay, here we go. Now they're gonna control the game, and they couldn't.
I thought it was going to be 7 and under.
Me too. They ran decent against Virginia. I said, okay, they got a running game against Virginia. They running the ball decent. All right, okay. But I was just really, when Virginia came right back and tied the game before the half, I'm like, what the hell happened? I looked away and come back and it was 21 up. I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
Now listen, but I expect Florida State to come out and fight next week. They're going to come out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to come out like Florida.
They're going to be like Florida.
Yeah.
I just think analytics-wise,
matchups, yeah. I mean, there was some stuff in there that I saw in that game, and it was like Florida State, they better than what they was last year, but I don't think they at the elite level that a lot of people that the pundits was trying to put on that. It reminds me, and I shouldn't even say this because I want to be careful, because Illinois laid an egg, and we all thought they would lay an egg, but I just don't think you can go out there and you giving up 48, 50 points a game, and think you're going to be a championship team. That's what I think, because eventually you're going to run across somebody with a good defense that still could score on you. So that's the tricky part about the Florida State thing. Now, will Florida State come in ready to play? They're going to come in ready to play. They're going to be salty about the loss. They're going to be really amped because it's a rivalry game. It's probably going to be prime time. I don't know have they announced the time of the game yet? I don't know.
You talking about the Florida game?
Yeah, the Florida State game. Yeah.
Prime time, 6:30.
Okay, so it'll be prime time. So it's going to be rocking there, but Mario going to have them ready to go. So I mean, I don't see anything less, like you said, from guys that I've spoke to that know Mario. They say everything that you guys hear out there, fan base. I'm hearing the same thing from insiders. He no nonsense. You're going to do it his way. You're going to be locked in, and you're going to be ready to go. And these guys have proven over the last couple of weeks that they ready to go. You can tell they well coached on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. So I expect them to go up there and not be affected by the noise or anything.
Yeah, because they've been practicing with that bullshit fight song in their loudspeaker.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Carson Beck to have a big game next week.
Mm.
I'm hoping he has a big game to get people off his back. I'm hoping JoJo come back and he could possibly get him one. And I expect Malachi and Lofton to get involved too. I really think Florida State has to pick their poison.
Hey, what's your take on a lot of the fan base railing against the Ray Ray thing? Have you been following that? Like a lot of fan base?
I haven't even. Either Ray ain't up to par.
Somebody tapped in. They told us about the Indiana stuff, about the Illinois stuff last week.
That's my fault. I told my partner that on the phone. I really thought Illinois was going to win.
What happened to all that bragging that some of these FSU fences were saying that they were going to blow out? Oh, I thought he was talking about the Illinois.
Man, come on, man. Do you see that white dog taking a boo-boo on your picture? They boo-booing on Florida State. I mean, they've been listen. They had a terrible school shooting at the campus earlier in the year. Remember?
Right. We gave him a pass, so
you know what? Usually they start the shit talking like right after the National Signing Day in February. That's when they get the chirping on Miami. It wasn't none of that going on because of what happened. God bless them. It was terrible what happened at that school. Just horrible.
Right.
They've been pretty well quiet. I ain't said nothing. It was a terrible thing that went on outside of football. What happened on
right.
the campus, okay? That shouldn't happen anywhere, man.
Right.
To go to school without having to deal with all that. But I knew once they beat Alabama, you saw a little chirping.
Yeah.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. And
Castellanos was chirping big time.
He was chirping big, and he backed up Alabama. Now, this last week when they put up 70-some points on the high school team, that's when they really started.
Wait a minute, before you finish that point, how you put up 70 points against a high school team, okay, respectfully, and then you move up in the polls? Like, I just did not understand that one bit. So
I think they were setting it up. I think they was trying to, ESPN wanted to set that up where, they wanted game day to go down there. And now game day ain't going to go down there.
You don't think so?
No, that game ain't going to mean nothing now because these fools lost. They couldn't know the day end of the bargain. They lost. Why game day going to go there now? They finna drop out the top 10.
Yeah. Because Virginia was unranked.
You got some
Richard Jack.
You got some other big games next week, bro.
Right.
You got some big games next week.
Yeah.
You got Texas coming to Florida. I'm not saying the game they're gonna go to Gainesville, but you got some other big games next week. They ain't coming to Tyler Trashy now. Because these fools couldn't even go to Virginia and handle that shit.
Right.
They kept coming out the 95 team that lost the game when Warwick Dunn fumbled, and they, and Rondé Barber was part of that Virginia team back then. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
that was a big win by Virginia over Florida State back then.
Right. Hey, boy, I tell you,
some version of USF that coordinator, Malzahn.
Oh man. It says ESPN was hyping up FSU last night while they were ESPN was hyping up FSU last night while they were getting their teeth kicked in. They wanted them undefeated. But man. Oh no.
They just listen, man. No, I'm not worried about it, man. Game day ain't coming, but I like Mario, what he doing. He keeping the team focused, and he keeping out the rat poison. And they know now they can't be, they not falling for all that. We the best, and we ranked. Right. Some people got Miami ranked number 1, and they know they got a lot of work to do. And
I agree.
They've been working on it this week, and they got this past week, and they're gonna keep it. They got practice again tomorrow. They off Monday. They're gonna get at it hard Tuesday and Wednesday, and then get ready to travel up there to Shit-Tashy, Florida. So I'm not. He keeping them on point. Want to know? We're not gonna look ahead. We don't care about these rankings. Want to know? Let's go up there and handle business. So what? We on the road. It ain't the first time Miami then went up there and played them jokers.
Right.
That ain't no problem. You've been practicing with that fucking war chant in the background, all in the indoor facility, all outside with loudspeakers. They've been outside practicing. They're not worried about that. Yeah, they was hyping them up.
Yeah, I've been saying they've been hyping them up for the longest.
Yeah, they've been hyping them up. Don't hype them up. This is my prediction. Miami go 12-0, and they're going to play Georgia Tech for the ACC.
Because you've been saying that.
They're going to play Georgia Tech, and Mario 0-2 against Georgia Tech. 2 years ago, he didn't take the knee. Last year, they went up there with Cam and took an L. This year, it's going to be a whole different ball game. It's a different defense. All that bullshit they was doing, running them sweeps and all that ain't going to happen. And Miami going to be able to run the ball down their throat like they didn't do before. So he going to get his revenge and win the ACC, and then you're going to be a top seed in the playoff, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Right. It says somebody say don't eat the rat poison.
I think it's going to be so much turmoil. Look at today's games. Look at today's games. I mean, Tennessee could very well lose at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
What if Bama beats Georgia? That's a possibility. Auburn plays LSU play Ole Miss. Everybody picking LSU to win the game. My argument is, what has LSU done that make you feel like they can go into Oxford and beat them?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Houston won last night. They quietly 4-0.
Yeah, but Houston, that game,
that was a put you to sleep game.
they should have lost that game.
They should have lost that game.
Yeah.
They won.
They won. I give them that. They won.
4-0. Memphis 4-0.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Kansas got one loss. Missouri undefeated. It's gonna be a lot of moving around, and all Miami got to do is do what they've been doing. Focus on you. 1-0. We ain't looking ahead. 1-0. Louisville playing at who they got today? They at Pitt. Is it at Pittsburgh? I think it's at Pitt. Yeah, I think it is at Pitt. So you got some stuff in the ACC going on. It's gonna be some moving around. So everybody all Miami got to do is take care of business and be 1-0. Take care of business. Duke up on Syracuse 10-3. That's because I said Syracuse lost their quarterback. Angeli hurt, man.
Angeli, yeah. I said that.
I said Syracuse was going to be the team to deal with. Yeah, Louisville and Pittsburgh whooping Louisville 10-0. See, I ain't worried about Louisville. They got a nice running back.
Right.
NC State got a nice running back. We play both of them. I just think overall body of work. Right. Miami get through this game, and I think they've already played the toughest defense with Florida.
I think so.
Florida and Notre Dame were the toughest defenses they're going to play. Right. I think if they need to go up to Doak Campbell, handle business. I wish they would go up there and just really beat the sleeves off them dudes and make a statement.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to send them into a tailspin.
It's an Oregon Penn State. That's this weekend.
I think Oregon going to beat them, dude. I think
we're gonna disagree. We're gonna have a disagreement. Let me see if
I think if Oregon match, I think Oregon got playmakers.
Oh, that well, Lute, you popped up. Can you hear me there, Lute?
I can hear you.
All right, man. How's it going, man?
I'm doing all right. What's going on,
Eric? I can't see your picture though, but I just see something in the background. Hey, check it out.
It's a nice family room, man. Nice fireplace. I like it.
Man, that's all a lie.
I'm big on furniture and aesthetics.
Yeah, you got to get in front of it, though. It's all right. Today, we're going to dive into the most anticipated matchup in college football. The Oregon Ducks taking on Penn State Nittany Lions. Two powerhouse programs, two passionate fan bases, and the game that could have major implications in college football. This isn't just a Pac-10, Big Ten matchup. It's a rivalry colliding. Oregon speed and explosiveness versus Penn State physicality, blue-collar identity. Let's break it all down. What's going on out there, Lute?
Oh, nothing, man. Just ready for this game tonight. That's about it.
All right, man. Me and Eric finna put you in the hot seat because Eric just went on record and said that he think Oregon going to win the game. Now, Oregon, before you respond, Oregon enters the game, one of the most dangerous offenses in the country. We could debate the schedule. Dante Moore averaged at about 240 yards passing, almost 3 touchdowns per game. Can their QB and that track star speed and wide receiver keep it rolling against Penn State? What do you say, Luke?
I say no. And the reason why, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we bring in the Ohio State defensive coach from last year who shut Oregon down in that playoff game. I think that's going to be the big difference right there. And Penn State defense is incredible this season. So I honestly believe that Penn State is going to roll if we keep the ball out of Drew Allen's hand.
Okay, it's interesting you said that. Hey, that's an interesting spin because, all right, wait a minute, you made me lose my train of thought on that.
He said if.
We got 2 NFL caliber running backs. They ran over 200 yards last year in that championship game against Oregon.
Jeremiah Smith just scored for Notre Dame.
We have to run the ball.
Do y'all play Notre Dame this year? No, I don't think y'all.
No, we don't play Notre Dame this year. We got Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State is our big games this year.
They don't play Michigan either.
Nope.
No Iowa.
No, I think we do play Iowa.
Pretty sure y'all play Minnesota. Probably. Let me look at y'all schedule.
So I said Penn State is built on defense, which we just been saying they got NFL talent at all three levels. You got Danny Dennis Sutton, you got Amari Campbell, transferred from North Carolina, Tony Rojas, who's been there 3 years, and King Mack, transferred from Bama.
We're gonna see.
The question is, can they slow down Oregon? And the funny part, I'm kind of rolling with you on this, Luke. I think that I think there's a couple of factors. The reason why I'm rolling with Penn State is I believe in travel. You know, traveling from one coast to the next.
Yes.
B, I believe is easier to run straight at somebody than run around somebody. And C, I just think that physically, what hurt Oregon last year is the same thing that might hurt them this year. Is that they just, I'm not going to say they're not a soft team, because they definitely is not soft. They just, I don't think they are as physical as Penn State. That's my take on.
I'm looking at their schedule, and they at Iowa.
Victory.
They Oregon, then they at UCLA. That's a win. They gonna play Northwestern at home. That's a win. Then they at Iowa. They should win because Iowa don't have much of an offense. It's gonna be a defensive game. That could be one of those 16-10 type games. Then they at Ohio State. I hope they beat Ohio State. Then they got Indiana at home, and they at Michigan State. And Michigan State ain't bad. They lost to USC, but they put up 31 points on them boys.
And USC coming on too.
They traveled all the way out to USC, and they still put up 31 on them. Then they got Nebraska, then they at Rutgers. So the only games I think that could give them a problem is Ohio State, Indiana, and maybe Michigan State. I don't think Iowa has the offense that can beat them. I just think that's going to be a slugfest.
Hey, Lute, I got a question for you coming on screen here. Let me see if I can get it up here. Somebody wants it. Says Lute, or to me, it's not a traditional built Big Tent team. They are not really physical on offensive line and running back, or more than a Pac-10, Pac-12 type of running back. He said, Lute, or is it me? Okay. I think he's talking about Are you talking about Oregon? I believe he's talking about Oregon. He says, or is it just me? Yeah, it's not traditionally built.
The question is, can Penn State's defensive players match up with
Oregon's speed?
Offensive players.
But see, I think that's why they bring in the defensive coordinator from last year, because of what he did in that playoff game against Oregon. And Penn State got the horses. Don't get it wrong.
I'm not going to say they brought him in just for one game, because I think Penn State ultimately don't see Oregon as the issue. I think Penn State really wants to knock off Ohio State. That's who they want to get. That's who they want, because Oregon is a Pac-12 team that just joined the conference.
Yeah, but look what they
really Penn State really. They got the hard on for Ohio State. They want them.
Hey, Eric, who won the conference last year?
Ohio?
Oregon.
No.
Oregon.
Yeah. Oregon won it last
year.
That's right, they did. Yeah, they won it, but you and I both know that's like saying Oklahoma and Texas to me ain't SEC teams. They just Big 12 teams that they needed to come over because they knew Georgia and Alabama was going to take a dip. They needed to keep that conference relevant. I'm not saying I think the Big 10 as a conference reacted to what the SEC did.
Yeah.
And then the ACC turned around, did the same thing. They just got trash ass Stanford and Cal to come over.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It was a domino effect. As soon as ESPN knew that the SEC was about with the NIL. That's why Nick Saban retired. Everything was about to even up now. It wasn't going to be the Alabama versus Georgia show every year. Now you got LSU going to get a little better. Tennessee going to get a little bit better. Missouri going to get a little bit better. A&M quietly then got better.
Yeah.
So they knew, we
They say Vanderbilt better. I haven't seen them play
Vanderbilt
yet.
is better. Look at Vanderbilt. So
Yeah.
it was like, we better add some more something to our conference to make it relevant. Hey, Oklahoma, Texas, psst, come on over.
Right.
So they come on over. So the Big 12 had to hurry up and react, and they had to get some people. The Big 10, rather. The Big 10 said, wait a minute. What about us?
Right.
Be relevant. Okay, fine. Y'all want to make them power moves? Guess what? Hey, USC, UCLA, Oregon, come on over.
Right.
Washington, come on over. We're going to bring us some big boys too now in the Big 10. We're going to match the SEC. And that left the ACC like, well, shit, we got to do something.
Yeah.
There really wasn't no big boys left to pick. So they got Cal, Stanford, SMU. They brought them over. That's all it was. ESPN want all the eyes on the TV, so they got to protect their brand, the SEC, and the Big 10 just matched it. That's all they did.
I just think Big 10 to surpass them. Go ahead, Luke.
No, I think that you got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and when they bring in USC, Oregon, that kind of pushed Penn State down a little bit. Washington, but I'm saying besides the big teams.
Oh, okay.
Penn State started looking at, okay, now we got to start beating all these other teams now to get to Ohio State, because I put Ohio State at the top. They don't never fall. They don't never fall off. They always stay at the top. Michigan took a dip last year after they won the national championship.
Yeah.
Penn State stepped
up. A little scandal behind it. With Auburn scandal that a lot of people dismiss.
Listen, I hate Ohio State. I ain't finna give them all that prop. I hope y'all beat them. I hope y'all beat them. I really do. I hope y'all
will beat them.
But what's your take on Franklin though? Because Franklin been taking a lot of heat, dog. For
he 4-6 against big but top 10 teams. It's not good at all.
He can't. Which game would you rather have? Today's game or Ohio State game?
Yes. I want today's game first.
No, I didn't say that. No. If you had to pick one, who you want? I already know who you want.
I want Oregon.
No.
No, because the way you gotta look at it, you gotta look at it like this. You can't beat Ohio State if you ain't got the confidence if you lose against another top 10 team.
I'm just saying if you had to choose.
Okay, which one with the fan base want more?
Ohio State.
Okay, so that's the way to here's the question.
I'm looking at it as I'm looking at it as I need to win this game as a stepping stone to Ohio State.
But I'm not looking at it like I'm just saying if you had to pick one. If you had to pick one to win, who would you rather beat?
If you had one loss on the season,
who would you rather beat?
I'd rather beat Ohio State. I'd rather beat Ohio State.
Okay,
yeah. No, I think that I knew that was coming. I understand that. That's deep rooted. That's deep. Right. That's deep rooted right there. It's got to be Ohio State.
Right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Oregon's offensive line versus the Penn State front seven, because that's going to be a key matchup. A key matchup, because from the games that I went back and watched at Oregon, Dante Moore's getting a lot of time, and he's a little mobile too, but he's getting a lot of time to throw the ball. So it's going to be imperative if Penn State wants to win, which they're going to have to get pressure, and they've known to get pressure on quarterbacks. So what's your take on both of y'all perspectives on that? You can go ahead, Larry, first.
Our defensive line is going to dominate, I believe. I mean, we rotate 7 to 8 people in on the D line. Our linebackers, we always have great linebackers. So I think that they played well in the championship game. Rojas, all of them did. Now we lost a few, but we'll be okay. I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna dominate the line of scrimmage. That's gonna be a big part of the first 2 drives, I believe. Show domination on the defensive line. And if we can do that and we can slow Oregon down just a tad, because they were running wide open in that championship game. With Gabriel, they were just blocking.
Oh, you talking about the Big Ten championship?
Yeah, the Big Ten championship. They were just running wide open. I mean, hell, you couldn't do nothing against that. But Abdul Carter then was still getting pressure. He was just escaping out the little pocket. So, like I said, defense is going to show up. I'm more worried about the offense.
All right, before you answer that, E, let's put this up here. He says, the offensive line for the Ducks is still built like a Pac-12 team, not a Big Ten team. Most of their offensive linemen are between 285 and 300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead, there.
You know what that tells me? The ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That means there's going to be bubble screens,
jet sweeps,
quick passes out to the side, slant plays, 3-step drops. Not even a 7-step. 3-step out your hands quick. Don't give them time to even do anything. That's what I see. My question is, can their back end keep up with Oregon's playmakers at receiver? That's the key of the game to me, because if they get the ball out quick, that makes your D-line kind of ineffective.
Yeah.
That's the same. I say the same for Miami, Dwayne. That's the same. If they face a team like that, how do you react to that? Now your corner's got to be shut down. Your linebacker's got to be dead nuts on, because if he getting the ball out quick,
right.
Now, if Penn State secondary can cover,
right,
that's when their D-line can get home.
If they could tackle, and those quick jet sweeps, they're keeping them out there maybe a couple more games.
I don't know how they run game look. You see what I'm saying?
They got a guy that's from I want to say not after
where did he come from? I know who you're talking about.
He played with a buddy of mine's on the football team. God dog it. It ain't Afton. It's Assumption. Not Assumption. It's a prep school over right outside of East St. Louis. And he a beast over there. He was a beast over here. Won a state championship. Went to Oregon. Got track speed.
Jay Harris.
Yeah, playing as a true freshman. Hey, where he come from? Somebody look that up for me. See where
he just he just said St. Louis. I just looked it up.
He not from St. Well, he might have grew up in St. Louis, but he played over in Illinois, at a prep school over there. And he a beast, man. True freshman. He been getting clicked and took a couple to the house. So yeah, they got plenty of speed. Oregon got plenty of speed, but we're gonna talk about a little bit that we're going to switch it. The Penn State run game versus the Oregon defense. You got Nick Singleton. You got Katron Allen. Penn State 1-2 punch. If they get the roll, and this keeps Oregon's offense on the sideline.
And it gives Pena and all of them, if they can get open, that's why they brought Pena in to get open. Give Allen some time to throw the ball, because they're going to be concentrating on the run. Give them some one-on-one matchups.
And for you guys out there, you talking about Pena that transferred in from Syracuse.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, if we can get the run game going, and like I said, they ran for over 200 yards in the Big Ten championship game. Keep Allen.
Well, this is interesting. I think, and it's going to sum up both of what both of you guys talking about. Oregon loves speed, explosive plays. Penn State likes to grind you down with time of possession. It's a clash. So which one y'all think went out? And why?
I think Eric said it best, or was it the message that somebody posted up there? Oregon's offensive line and defensive line are not that big. They're built like a Pac-12 team. Mm-hmm. Where Penn State keeps recruiting linemen every year after year. They're not transferring. They stand in on the program. Weightlifting. That line is, I think that offensive line and defensive line is just going to dominate. That's what I believe. That's what I truly believe.
You think it?
No, if they do, they're going to beat Oregon. If they do, if they don't, if Oregon quarterback get out there and if they get the ball out quickly and to the playmakers, and if their secondary can't cover, it's going to be an interesting football game. It is. Part of me leans to Penn State, but part of me leans to Oregon. Just like a part of me was leaning toward. A lot of me leaned to Tennessee, and then Georgia. They had Georgia on the ropes.
Yeah.
But then they couldn't run the ball on Georgia. They could not. Yeah. And then the coaching too now.
Yeah.
Is Dan Lanning gonna out-coach Franklin?
Right. Yeah, true.
Coaching play a part in this now. The staff's going. I mean, you got two good teams. Now, it's going to come. Tennessee lost to Georgia because they coach effed up and didn't kick the field goal when he should have.
Yeah.
And they had a penalty and they pushed him back and he missed the field goal and they go to overtime. And they couldn't run the ball on Georgia. I said, if you let Georgia hang around, they got them big boys up front. That's what the SEC is known for.
Yeah.
So you lean toward Penn State, but it's like, okay, you at home.
Quit leaning and jump on this bandwagon real quick. That's all I'm saying.
Before we switch subject, I'm just laughing. 850K put up her Food Stamp University defense straight trying. Oh Lord, I can't today.
I'm gonna leave him. Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna leave him alone for the rest of the week.
And then he said,
I'm like, damn,
hey, Manel has puts up her Free Shoe University. Oh boy, these Florida State jokes. I ain't heard that one before. That's a good one.
You got. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Oh my God, boy. All right. Maybe lose my train of thought on that one, boy. Yeah, boy.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna tone it down. I'm gonna tone it down, son.
Oh, I got me in tears. Okay, before we finish this and move on to the next one, we're gonna say what are you guys' X factors? Mine will be Oregon's quarterback, can he stay calm in a hostile environment and avoid the turnovers? Penn State young wide receivers, can they make enough plays to stretch Oregon defense? And like you said, coaching decisions. Could this come down to Dan Lanning's aggressiveness versus James Franklin game management? So those are my keys to my X factors in the game. What is your X factor? And then we'll go to Larry.
To me, the X factor, like I said, is Oregon secondary, Penn State secondary, and Oregon quarterback play. I think that's the X factor in this game. I really do. I mean, I would be highly surprised if they shut down Oregon, but at the same time, I would be a little surprised if Oregon lights Penn State up. Something's got to give in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I really don't. I think one of these two teams is going to expose the other in some form or facet. Either Penn State is going to overwhelm their O-line and they won't be able to get nothing going offensively, Oregon that is, or Oregon going to come in there and get that ball out quick, and their secondary and their back end won't be able to cover Oregon if they spread them out in the 4 or 5 wide. Does Penn State have a nickel back or a dime set that can cover that ball coming out fast? That to me is the game right there, right? Because I think Oregon got a decent enough defense that they can play with them. I want to see what Oregon's quarterback can do versus Penn State's secondary.
Okay.
The secondary. They got a very good defensive front. I don't know if Oregon may get some runs off. It all depends on what Dan Lanning is the key in this thing to me. We know
what kind of game plan he going to call.
We know what Franklin bringing, but just Dan Lanning, what is he going to do? You're going to run the ball. You're going to get your running back out in the flats. You're going to run some screens. You're going to do some draw plays. What they going to do? Because they got a really lethal defensive front line. That back end, it's the playmakers now. How they do, in my opinion.
All right, Lou, what you think? What's your X factors for that game?
My X factor for the whole game is Drew Aller, the decision making that he makes, because the 3 losses we had last year were interceptions thrown by him in key moments of the game. The decision making he makes, he doesn't have Tyler Warren there anymore to bail him out. So if he can use the receivers, tight ends, running backs, we take the easy dump down, second and 8, second and 7, just move the ball down the field. And I think we'll be all right. I think the defense is going to show up. Special teams need to show up. Drew Aller, if you NFL ready like they say you are, play football. Let's go.
We got some. It's interesting, but we got a lot of people finna ride Penn State. Hey, they're rolling with us. Lou, it says Oregon is a finesse team. They can be bullied online, on the lines. Free shoes teams is built the same way, and it showed last. Oh man! Oh man!
I just posted on the ACC network.
Oh man! I wish I
Free
didn't.
School University. That's a good one, man.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Somebody send this to me. This post send it to me on X. Go to my X Zone in Sports and send it to me. Man, Anthony Manzano say my X factor for the Penn State offense is their receivers. Can you trust them not to drop the ball in key moments? And some of those interceptions that Drew threw were more on the receivers than him. Interesting perspective.
See,
you agree with that, Luke?
No, I don't agree with that, because if you look at that Ohio State game last year, he threw the interception in the end zone that cost us that game. That was Drew. He was late. The one against Oregon in the Big Ten championship game, it's a pass that didn't need to be made, and he threw it anyway. I just don't. I like him for a 3-year starter. Come on, man, you got to be better than that. You can't make.
Yeah, he started. Somebody said Louisville getting dog walked out there. Damn. Say already. All right, we finna switch up. We finna talk about this.
They got their hands full of Wake Forest right now.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this Bama Georgia game. Now, this game here.
What's this doing with Kansas?
You know what? This game here, I've been arguing with people because a lot of people still, like Eric said a long time ago, they still see the name on the helmet, even though they don't have a name on the helmet. But when you mention Alabama, they just think of they're or as good as they were in years past. Hence why they put so much stock in the Florida State beating Alabama. But I'm looking at Georgia to come out here. Well, before I even say this, you guys out there, anything I said bad about Gunnar Stockton, Gunnar, I apologize. I've been hard on you, and maybe it's my bias as a Miami Hurricane fan and us getting Carson Beck and us saying you're not that good. But that Tennessee game, he balled. I mean, so
yeah, he did.
He balled. So anything that I've said about you, I take it back. But yeah, I'm looking at Georgia to go in there and do their thing or to do their thing. What do you guys think? What do you think, Eve? Start off with you.
That's a tough one, man. I could see Alabama winning that game and snapping their home streak. I think since the Florida State game, they have regrouped and kind of put it together a little bit, especially with the passing game. You got that receiver. He's a sophomore now. Georgia showed me in the Tennessee game that they are very susceptible to the pass because Tennessee was throwing that ball all over them like it was nothing. Like Georgia stopped the run, but Tennessee lit them up. And I'm thinking if Bama can do the same thing, they got a chance to win this game. I really think they got a chance to win this game just because it's at Georgia. Gunnar Stockton is nice. I think some people still, some people in Georgia wish they'd have kept Beck, and some people blame Beck, and I don't think it was Beck. I think a lot of it was Kirby. Mm-hmm. A lot of it was the receivers dropping passes, and they had people hurt on the O-line. And so, I mean, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I would like to see Bama win only because it benefits Miami. If it benefits Miami, I would like to see Alabama win that game, just like I would like it, because also it would help diminish Florida State a little bit more.
Well, yeah, true.
Alabama winning that game.
Right. Just
go to show that, hey, that was a fluke game. Y'all was 2-10 last year. I'd like to see Florida State finish 3-9. One game better this year.
Before you answer this, Luke, let me Anthony wanted to respond to a comment you made, so I'm gonna put it up here. It said, Luke, when I originally saw Penn State end up in the Big Ten, the way that they were built originally, even with Joe Paterno, seemed like they were a Big East team, ended up being a Big Ten team. So, well, that's
Big East.
Yeah. And then Mike puts up Georgia by 2 touchdowns. He said, so what do you say, Luke? What's your analysis on?
I think Georgia gonna bully him.
Yeah,
I honestly do. I mean, they let Florida State bully him, and then we saw what happened to Florida State yesterday.
Yeah, then the bully got bullied, right?
Yeah, the bully got bullied. So I mean, I think that Georgia is gonna go in there and bully them the same way and try to run the ball down their throat the same way Florida State did. I mean, I don't. If you look at who Alabama played after that, they really hadn't played nobody. And when Eric said that, Tennessee passed all over them, Tennessee got them wide spreads. So, that was a big trying to cover that.
Well, I mean, you know what? To be fair, nobody's played nobody. Most teams.
Right. If I say most teams.
Most teams. But,
right.
I mean.
State ain't played nobody. Ohio State played really nobody. Texas ain't what they were.
Yeah.
But look at Georgia. They came off of this win against Tennessee. Everybody thought they were just going to run over Tennessee, and Tennessee showed up.
I thought Tennessee been playing good ball.
Tennessee
in the bad. I just think that Georgia is just better than Alabama. I think Alabama is still a couple of years away from where they're going to be good. Give the board, let him get a class in, and let him do his thing.
Because this is second year, right?
Yeah,
the board's second year. Yeah.
So I think that next year, maybe they may be back, if you want to say that. But
Alabama still got a bunch of fucking blue chip 5-star guys on that team.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Just because they took an L to Florida State and they didn't look so hot last year and they had Milroe, this is still Alabama. They still got a bunch of 5-stars on that team. And I knew that the coaching staff, it would somehow get it together somewhat. You know what I'm saying? They're not just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna discount them.
You're missing a caveat, E. If the board don't get it together,
right? He
gonna be gone after this year.
He knows he needs to, because Dabo waiting. Dabo ready to get out of Clemson.
I keep hearing this, but I'm trying to figure out. Unless it's some back channel stuff, and we all know how stuff worked, that there is back channel stuff to go on in college football, NFL, all of them. Maybe it's just time for a change for Dabo.
That's all it is. It's time for a change for Beck. That's all it is. Dabo ain't gonna tank this season. I expect Clemson to probably win. They got 3 losses. I expect them to go 9-3, 8-4. I expect them to beat Florida State. They got to play Louisville. I don't expect Clemson to lay down, not with that roster. I expect them to win out. They're not going to make the playoff. He already said that, but they're gonna play for a good bowl game, maybe even a New Year's Day bowl game. Dabo going to go out with a bang, man. And if the board can't get it done, and who knows?
The board might.
Who else might come calling? You know who else might come calling the Dabo?
Who? Don't say Virginia Tech.
No.
I'm joking.
It's a slim chance, but you might see the Florida Gators come at him.
They saying Drinkowitz to Florida.
Really?
He ain't gonna leave Missouri for that hellhole. I don't see him leaving Missouri for that.
Man, shoot.
They gonna give him that money. He gonna leave.
Missouri got that money.
They ain't got that Florida money.
They do. Look what they're doing at that stadium in Columbia. They got money.
They got money. I don't know.
Mizzou got that. As soon as they joined the SEC, they started getting that bread. They built them suites down there. Faroe Field don't look like it used to look.
It'll be interesting because I just think recruiting-wise, he probably do better. It's tougher to recruit down there too because now you're recruiting against Miami and Florida State. But
the SEC gonna draw recruits. You might up here in Missouri, you may not get a lot of the Florida athletes, but Missouri gonna tap in and get a lot of Texas people. They done that before when they was good. Who they get? Texas people. So I don't see Dirkowitz leaving, man. It would take a lot of money for Dirkowitz.
Hey, just like I say, I don't see why Dabo leaving because they'll give him anything he want,
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Because he
like
been
I
there, done that with them. This time he been there. He been there since 2008. He was an assistant before he took the head coach job.
Yeah.
Dabo been there a long time. He been to 4 natties. He won 2 of them. He won 10 ACC titles. There ain't much really left for him to do. And like he said, y'all ain't happy with what we done. He already know, okay, they not satisfied with what we done, all the winning seasons we done had, the championships we done had. He ready to go.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, but getting back to Bama, that offensively.
If Georgia beat that ass on Alabama,
like I don't think Alabama then had 100 yards rushing.
No,
take that back. If Georgia beat them, that really makes Florida State game look like nothing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
If Georgia beats them,
I would say if Georgia beats them bad.
Yeah, beats them bad.
They beat them bad. Then, if they beat Alabama bad, then Florida State, they really need to shut the fuck up then, really, because they really got nothing there.
Hey, did y'all hear this? Because I didn't hear this. And if I had to say, did you guys see that a Florida State receiver died because of the stampede by Virginia fans?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
No, I didn't hear about that, but I saw him. I thought they ran him over because they ran on the field as soon as he fell.
Oh, as soon as he fell, as soon as that ball was incomplete.
Yeah. Fools. That ball was incomplete, they ran on the field.
Let's see. Let's see. We'll pull it up real quick.
Wow.
Let's see.
That's sad.
I seen them giving him the finger and shit.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's sad that did happen, man. I mean,
let's see here. We'll see. See if we can get fans giving on. Let me see.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing about it on ESPN.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't find any credible source that had, and I would think that would be
big news.
Yeah. Yeah, they would be running that as a headline.
Yeah, that'd be a headline if somebody died, man. I don't know, man. We'd have heard about that. They'd have been talking about that on game day this morning, man.
Yeah.
That would have been all over the news last night.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I would say he was okay. So he did
get stampeded.
They got trampled.
Okay. Yeah, shit. Well, they finna get hit with a hefty fine. Yeah, so Bama offense got to open up. That's what I'm trying to say. We got to get back to that. Yeah, Bama offense needs to open up. They receiver, was it Williams? He had a big game. But like I say,
last week.
That was last week because against Florida State, he didn't do nothing. Now, one thing I will say about Florida State corners, they were playing fast. And they was hitting. They wasn't wrapping up. They was out there looking like Shiloh Sanders. That shit. He'll hit you, but not wrap you up. So I think they have to play a lot better on the offensive side of the ball because I don't think he is quick as Milroe. I'm not really sure because Milroe was a good runner. He just, to me, wasn't a great passer. So I just think Georgia going to be a little bit too much for him. Luke?
Say that again, Dwayne.
I just think Georgia just going to be a little bit too much for him. I said Bama just offensively hasn't looked like the Bama that we expect to.
Unless they can open up because they got an O-line. We have to remember this is still Alabama. They still got people in the trenches. They still got 5-star guys. Can DeBoer and his coaching staff have this team ready? Because they can throw the ball on Georgia.
Yeah.
If they got that, they got some receivers. They can throw the ball on Georgia. So if they can throw the ball on Georgia, then remember last year, they jumped up 28-0 on Georgia.
Yeah.
And then Carson Beck led them back.
But the crazy thing is, before you say something, is that when I look at Bama, and it kind of reminds me of Heatherman coming into Miami. Changes can make a difference in how you play. Look how much faster and physical. Now we do know it's some talent switch, for as they bringing guys in, but they playing so much faster. Now couple that with Alabama. Alabama hasn't looked like Alabama since Saban left. They don't look like they play as hard. And I'm just being respectful, as fast.
That's the different coach.
That's the point that I'm making. They just don't look the same. Go ahead, Luke. I'm sorry.
They look like they relaxed and don't really pay attention to the coach. To me, I mean, that's what I get out of Alabama playing.
Yeah. I've heard from sources that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Guys missing curfew. Guys not kind of respecting the coach, and that all kind of comes into play. From even like when I talked to Joaquin Gonzalez, it's kind of like your good players got to weed out your bad players. Mm-hmm. It has to happen internally within the locker room. And if guys not on board, because we all see it on the field, it's like all us watching Alabama, and I think all of us can agree, if people in the chat, they don't look like the Alabama of old. We hoping that they play better, but just sideline to sideline, effort-wise, they don't look like the Alabama. They got the talent. Hell, like I said, it's a lot of teams that got talent, but if they ain't putting it out there on the field, and hopefully it's a rivalry game, but just like anything else, Florida was a game that you knew it would get up for, and one side of the ball played great for Florida, and the other side played like booty cheeks, so I mean, so, we don't know what we're going to get out of that. So,
and watching Alabama is almost like they show up on Saturdays and expect the other team to be afraid of their name and not the players. I don't know if y'all get that vibe out of them, but to me, that's what I saw with Florida State. We're Alabama.
I just think it was the first game of the year, and they came out with that attitude, and they didn't expect. Like I told them dudes you heard me. I got $1,000. I know it ain't gonna happen, but I got $1,000 that said they ran it back. Alabama will beat Florida State.
Yeah, but you can't just expect that because of the name on your uniform.
Right. They took care of Louisiana and then they beat Wisconsin.
You just can't do that. You gotta.
Today gonna say a lot, man. Today gonna say a lot, man. Today is gonna say a lot. I mean, it benefits Miami
that's it right there.
It benefits Miami to see Alabama lose, because then it makes the Georgia thing, the Florida State win, look like it was nothing.
Yeah, that question right there. I think DeBoer is more of a Mike McDaniel's coach. Wants to be friends with the players than
like a Manny Diaz type guy, right?
Instead of actually coaching the players up to their potential.
Damn, look at this shit. Notre Dame putting it on Arkansas now.
Hey, I thought that would be a close game, actually.
Jeremiah Love scored again on a pass. Now it's going to be 28-10.
Go St. Louis.
Jeremiah Love looked good, man. Well, I knew Arkansas was in trouble when they lost to Memphis. They was beating Memphis, and then Memphis came back and beat them. Memphis got a nice team.
Well, that coach about to get fired too, so it don't.
Arkansas coach.
Yeah, he on his way out.
I like him, man, but I thought he was gonna have them turned around when they beat A&M a couple years ago. I said, Arkansas might be doing something, but Notre Dame putting it on them now.
But I think.
See what happened here. The old camera gets cut out.
You looking like me now, Dwayne.
Yeah, I had to switch up the cameras. I don't know what happened. There's just kind of stopped working for some reason. Let's see what's going on here. But I had another one hooked up. So, all right, let's see what it was a question for us. It says, question, is DeBoer more of a player's coach similar to Mike Daniels, where he wants to be friends with players instead of a disciplinarian? That's why players don't take him seriously. That's a great question. Anybody want to answer that?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I think he is. I mean, you got Nick Saban, who practices hard. They say this, and I got an Alabama, friend down here that's a true Alabama fan, and that's what he's been saying. He's like, he wants to be more friends with the players and go hang out with them instead of actually coaching them. So I mean, That's what I think about Franklin sometimes.
Come on, Georgia Tech. Look at this shit.
James Franklin. I think he wants to be friends sometimes and not coach him, man. Just because you wear that uniform, that helmet, don't mean you're gonna win the game.
I mean, that's true. Oh wow! Are you?
Unless you normally Vikings.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm just joking. I'm ready for this game tonight. I can tell you that.
I know you are, bro. That's your team, but I don't care about that.
All right.
I don't care what nobody else do. I'm watching Georgia Tech getting punched in the mouth by Wake Forest right now.
Oh man, don't say that. Well, check it out. Hey, look, we're gonna wrap this up because we know guys got to watch football.
Hey, I'm good. If you want to wrap it up, go ahead. I'm enjoying this.
Hey, because I gotta sit and watch football myself. So because I gotta just look. Hey, look, I gotta get my mind working so I can get notes and stuff. But hey, you guys out there, after the Penn State game, Larry, if you still up, let's tap back in. Eric, if you up still, let's tap back in. 6:30 game time, Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. Game probably should be over our time. Probably
I'll be at a card party, but if you link,
I can tell you right now, Dwayne, if we get beat, I won't be on.
Oh, hey,
you gonna be like the Florida State fans. Where is it?
You know why I get on, man.
Oh man, hey, look.
I'll take my lumps.
All right.
He gonna be whited out in the clouds. Can't find him. He up there somewhere.
And then when we come back, we're gonna actually make that a call-in show. We'll drop the link out there tonight. If people want to call in and comment on both games, on the Georgia game and the
they scored
Penn State game, we'll open up the lines to people and drop the link out there so people can get on. So hey, once again, we appreciate everybody being on. Press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Sorry, y'all couldn't see my face.
No, that's okay. Hey, get that fish because
my wife, I don't know. I get her to work on it.
Yeah, my camera just went somewhere for some reason too. I got to figure out what happened.
Y'all got to stop using that Boost Mobile, man, and get with somebody.
All right, hey, we out of here. All right,
I'll talk to y'all later.
Later, y'all.
Okay.